Hi, I'm Eric Peterson. I'm a relationship coach for skillofattraction.com, and today's attraction tips video is the correct way to apply the no contact rule. Now, I get a lot of questions about the no contact rule, and it seems that so many people get it wrong. And they're kind of treating it as a way to manipulate their ex or to get revenge on them, and that's simply just not the way to do it. Now, I've used the no contact rule for many years throughout my life. I mean, I never knew that there was an actual term for it, but I've been applying it all my life, and today I'm going to show you the correct way to do it so you get the best results. I believe the term the no contact rule has come from those get your ex back programs that you find on the internet. And it basically says to cut off all contact with your ex once they've broken up with you for a set amount of days. Now, I've heard 15 days, I've heard 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, even 90 days. And basically, you just stop initiating contact, nor do you respond when your ex reaches out to you. And this is supposed to get, for both parties, it's supposed to get their emotions under control and ultimately to have your ex miss you. Then after a set amount of days, it seems the general consensus is about 30 days, they recommend that you write a handwritten letter taking responsibility for any of your faults in the relationship, apologizing for any bad behavior that you had during or after the breakup, and then to share a few fond memories with your ex in an effort to get them to start having positive thoughts about you. And then after this, supposedly your ex will have some sort of epiphany and realize that they can't live without you. Now, does it work? It certainly could, but you really don't want to have to manipulate your ex in order to be with you. Now, I don't agree with this sort of way to apply the no contact rule. Like I already said, you should never have to convince your ex or manipulate them into being with you. I mean, this isn't some sort of revenge or manipulation tactic. It's really there to help you move on. Now, there is no set amount of days for your ex to suddenly and magically begin missing you. Everyone is different, and they're going to be moving at their own pace if they even come back at all. While it's true you should not initiate contact with your ex when they have made it clear that they don't want to be with you or they don't want to speak with you, if they do reach out to you, you don't want to ignore them. I mean, this is rude, and if you want any chance of them to come back, this is not the way to do it. They're going to get the idea that you don't want to talk to them, so they're eventually just going to go away. Now, if you want them to go away, that's your prerogative. But if you want a chance at getting them back, you do not ignore them. As I mentioned before, the no contact rule is for you to heal and to move on, and it shouldn't be used to get your ex back. Now, sometimes that is a positive side effect if you do want them back, but this shouldn't be used as a tool in order to manipulate them and get them back. Like I said before, I've used the no contact rule almost my entire dating life, and sometimes it does attract your ex back and sometimes it doesn't. I would say over the years, it's probably about 50-50. Sometimes it takes days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months. Even in one case, it took years. So you never really know if they're going to come back or not, or how long it's going to take. Because I get lots of questions. Well, how long is it going to take? Well, I don't know. It depends on the person, depends on the reason for the breakup. I mean, if you were cheating or abusive with her, there's a good chance that she won't come back. If it was a misunderstanding or if she lost feelings, there's a good chance she will come back. Now, the correct way to implement the no contact rule, first you have to understand that if your girl has unilaterally changed the terms of your relationship, whether she ghosted you, she asked for a break or a breakup, or maybe she stepped outside the relationship behind your back, whatever the case may be. You do not want to chase her or beg or plead or cry or whatever, because this just pushes them away further and it actually communicates your weakness. And as far as women go, weak men is just a total turnoff. It actually repulses them. You may think that you're actually making some headway with this by chasing her, but it just doesn't work. So if you're in this situation, the first thing you want to do is you want to tell her how you feel and what you want. So you may say something like, I love you and I really want to work this out. Let's see what we could do here. Now, if she's not down with that, then you just politely and gracefully accept her decision, and you want to leave the door open for her in case she changes her mind. So you may say something like, if she says no, you say, okay, well, give me a call if you change your mind. And then from there, you just walk away and you never reach out to her again. This means you don't reach out to her for birthdays, holidays, your dog has died, nothing. She's made it clear that she doesn't want you a part of her life, and you give her exactly that. There's no reason to try to stay in her life. There's really nothing you could do from here. No amount of logic and reasoning is going to change the way she feels. It might work in the short term because she feels pity for you, but in the long term, she's not going to stick around. Only giving her space and time to sort through her emotions will you have the possibility of things to change. Now, one thing you don't want to do is agree to friendship. A lot of people, a lot of women especially, because they want to, lessen the blow for you, they will say, well, we could still be friends. And logically, this sounds like a good idea because you could stay in her life. But really, the reality of it is that you're just making it easier for her to slowly move on while you are not moving on, and you continue to want her and long for her. And it's really not a good way to go, especially if she started dating someone else. You're going to be going nuts. So you don't want to agree to friendship. Just do like I suggested before and say, give me a call if you change your mind. Also, you don't want to do any grand romantic gestures. I know this is really cute in the movies, and if you're in a committed relationship and she loves you, this might be a fun thing to do. But right now, she's not romantically engaged with you, and really she's just going to see it as a desperate and pathetic attempt to win her back. So do not do any grand romantic gestures. And also be sure not to send her this handwritten letter like a lot of these programs recommend, because it really just puts you in the weak position. You're still chasing her. And women are not attracted to emotional weakness in men. They're actually repulsed by it. So again, by doing this, it's just going to come off as desperate, needy, and pathetic. If she wants to talk to you or see you, she will definitely reach out to you sometime in the future. So in the meantime, you want to use this opportunity for personal growth. I remember Abraham Hicks once saying that you have two options right now. You can be unhappy without her, or you can be happy without her, because she's just not in that place right now. So really the choice is yours, and it's all about your mindset and how you want to tackle this situation. So you want to turn your focus to the things that make you happy. Not only will it help you take your mind off of her and the breakup, but it will also help rebuild your confidence. So you want to do things like maybe hit the gym or get a gym membership, take some boxing classes, take some art classes, figure out what your goals are and start pursuing those, or maybe pursue some hobbies. Start attending social events or hanging out with buddies. And one thing that is really important right now, and I know it's the last thing you want to do right now, but you should get back out there and start dating again. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to get into a serious relationship with any of these women, but the idea is to get used to having fun with the opposite sex again, or the same sex, whatever your preference is. But you want to get out there and start having fun again. And, especially if it was a long-term relationship, you want to get back into the game and start, feeling what it's like to date again. And like I said, this will help rebuild your confidence. Now, if she does reach out to you, it's usually a sign that she's missing you or she wants to see you. So just assume that she wants to see you and get straight to the point. You want to try to get her out on a date so you could interact with her face to face. So you don't want to waste too much time with chit chat. So you want to keep things short, to the point, but you also want to have an attitude that's light and positive and playful. Do not bring up the relationship at all. Just simply ask her when she's free. Now, if she does agree to this, then obviously you're going to want to set a definite date, a time and a day, maybe even a place where you're going. But you want to try to have her come to you, because you got to remember that she was the one that ended the relationship. So you want her to work for you a little bit now. She needs to put in a little effort. So have her come to you. If you do go on a date, you just want to focus on having fun with her and making her smile. Like I said, do not bring up the old relationship at all, and avoid any topic of us. You just treat it like it's a brand new courtship. You're out on a first date with a new girl, and you're putting your best foot forward, and you're just focused on having fun. Now, if she doesn't want to meet up with you, that's fine. Just accept her decision and politely end the conversation. Don't get involved in any more chit chat. Now, if she reaches out to you again, try the same thing. You're going to want to ask her when she's free and set a definite time and a definite day. And like I said, try to have her come to you. But do not ask her out any more than twice, because from there on out, she has to bring it up, because otherwise you're just chasing her again and it's going to turn her off. I also get a lot of questions about if this is a live-in girlfriend or a wife, or maybe even if you work with her and you have to see her every day, how are you supposed to do no contact? Well, obviously it's going to be a lot tougher since you have to see them every day. And it's also a lot tougher to mask the pain, but you have to be strong here. You always want to have this attitude of indifference. And what I mean by that is that, yes, of course you would like to work things out and be with her, but you're going to be just as happy if she decides to move on. You don't want to get involved in any deep conversations unless she brings up the topic of the relationship. And even then, it depends what she wants to talk about. I mean, obviously, if she wants to talk about what a jerk you were during the relationship, you want to steer clear from that topic. But if she decides that she's having second thoughts, or she's missing you, or maybe she decides that she wants to talk things out, then obviously it's a good time to talk. You want to try to keep her talking as much as possible. I mean, us guys, sometimes we say stupid things. And when she wants to talk about the relationship after a breakup, you want to try to get her to do most of the talking. And as far as you go, just try to, like I said earlier, you just want to try to keep things light and positive and a little playful. Other than that, any communication with her, you just want to keep it to things that are absolutely necessary, like maybe bills or the rent or the mortgage or things along that nature. Now, I also get questions from people about, well, what if we have children together? How am I supposed to be in no contact there? Well, obviously, you want to follow what I've already talked about. But other than that, you want to keep the communication strictly about the kids and anything that they may need, or set up arrangements for picking up and dropping off, and try to do that ahead of time so you can minimize your contact with them. Or maybe you even have a trusted relative that could be like where you drop off the kids and pick them up, for both of you. So you could avoid any face-to-face contact. So really that's it. No contact rule is really about you moving on and you healing, and it's not supposed to manipulate someone into coming back to you. If they miss you and they truly love you, they will be back sometime in the future. It's hard to say when exactly, but they will be back. They're not going to forget you. They're not going to move on completely. They may start dating someone else, but if that's their journey, there's nothing you could do about it. So if you have any questions about the no contact rule, or any questions in general about any dating or relationship issues you're having in your life, feel free to head over to my website at skillofattraction.com and click on the contact tab. And from there, it's pretty self-explanatory. You could send me an email from there with any of your questions. I do have to take care of my paying clients first, so I will get back to you as soon as I can. Or if it's a good email, I will use it for an upcoming video. If you have an emergency and you need to speak with me right away, click on the coaching tab on my website. And there I offer several different options for one-on-one email coaching. And that's it for this video, and I will catch you around on the next one. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.